All right, folks, I wanted to share with you a quick story. I started my career almost 20 years ago, and one of the most fascinating clients I ever met was an individual who extremely smart, an engineer at that point, working very, very hard. And he reached out to me because he had a very specific problem. He had accumulated some RSP accounts over time with the bank. It was about $500,000. And he had 5 children. He said, Hash, listen, when I die, I want each one of my children to get $100,000 of this RSP account. And, being new in a career, I, looked at it and said, listen, this is not what's going to happen. Back then, in Alberta, the marginal tax bracket was over 39%. So I explained to him, listen, when you pass away, 39% of this money is gone to CRA, so about $200,000, and the $300,000 will be taken and divided up between your 5 children. And he couldn't comprehend that. It took him, a few minutes to figure this out. The fact that when you pass away, and especially if you don't have a spouse at that time, he didn't, your money is taxed before your children receive it. And what had happened, unfortunately, in this scenario, every single year he walked into a bank and he said, you know what, I want to max out my RSPs. And they said, yes, absolutely no problem, sir. Forgive us for your money and put it in the RSP. Nobody over the course of 30 years sat down with him and said, what is the purpose of this money? Is this money for you to retire on, or is this money for your children? Because if it is for your children, then the RSP is probably not the best place to save it. The moral of the story, folks, is the following. Number one, do comprehensive financial planning. Try to figure out what the purpose of the money is. Number two, in this particular case, actually, for this client, we're able to, say, if you live long enough, we can potentially drain some of these accounts out for you and make it more tax efficient. Maybe we can get it taxed at 20% versus that 48% that we have currently. And try to figure out, what kind of tax planning can you do now while you're still alive versus you passing away, where you're forced to pay a bunch of taxes. If you have any questions about this, if you want to do proper tax planning for your current and future planning, reach us out at assadwealth.ca, and we'll be more than happy to help you out. Thank you.